So hello everybody and welcome to 3 Years Weekly AMA every Wednesday on YouTube. We're doing it live at 5 p.m. Central European Time. We're happy to have you here and of course to be able to give you some additional information about our project, 3 Years project of bringing internet to Africa, and how you can be a part of the community that is making a change. My name is Anita Mlakar. If maybe you don't know, I'm the host of this AMAs today with Sandi Bitenc and our special guest coming up. But let me invite you first to be a part of this, to get involved. You have more options, so you can click like, write a comment, suggestion, a question in a chat, hit the bell icon to get notifications, subscribe to our YouTube channel, be a member of our community. We have communities on Telegram, Discord, Twitter, or you can follow us on our social networks. You do know that this is a very special AMA with a very important guest. We have been waiting for him for some time, and finally he will be with us in a couple of minutes. But let me continue with a short introduction of our project. So what are we doing? We are trying to connect the unconnected to bank, the unbanked, and we are connecting people of Africa to internet. So if you are unconnected, in a way, you are underpowered, and we need to give people internet connection. We are doing that with two technologies, K3 last mile solution and our 3-air internet. Once you are connected to the internet, you get a digital identity from us where you can store everything, and it's a provable record of what you have done so far. And of course, you can identify yourself with it. We also create your digital bank account. We are giving you a wallet, custodial or non-custodial. And all this time, what we are doing is educating people. And that is the real empowerment. The next step is providing financial services. We have fiat onboarding and offboarding ramp, peer-to-peer crash crypto onboarding, DeFi. We are working on microloans and yield farming. We also have outside partners that will provide additional digital revenue streams. And once we put people through all these steps, they're connected, they're banked and empowered. They have financial tools, they have the revenue streams, and they have the knowledge. Sandi Bitenc, CEO of 3Air, welcome.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Hi, Anita. How are you?
Sandi. I'm great. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
I'm excited.
You know what? When I come to Slovenia, you go out?
Yes. I moved to other country, yeah. But not because of you, please. Okay?
Not so sure. I'm not so sure.
No. I'm coming back, I promise. I will be on time for a special event.
No, I would also go. I would also go if I was you. I think you're in a really nice place right now.
Yes, I am near the seacoast. So yeah, it's really nice. Sandi, before we invite our special guest, we have to do two things. First is a short update on development that 3 is making from you. And second, we have to let all the participants know how they can be a part of a live giveaway. And they can get 3 times 100 BUSD from 3Air and 3 times USD SKL from Node Unstart. We will do a random selection of the winners, but of course we have to tell them how to be a part of this. So Sandi, what shall we do first?
Yeah, so if somebody didn't understand, the second part of the prize is 3 times $100 in SKALE tokens.
Yeah.
SKL, and the Node Anstalt is giving those away. And how you can enter? Let me share my screen, and I'll just show you. I think that's the best one. Okay, you see that, right? So that's, you go to app.3air.io. So that's our back office, and there you'll see a section called giveaway. You just click on giveaway and enter your email in. So you'll need to log in, and you log in with your wallet, with your MetaMask wallet, and then you just put in your email. And at the end, we'll just we have a random picker behind this, and we'll just pick 6 random winners, and they'll appear here below this red line. So just keep an eye on this. And we'll just, how they'll be announced is like this. So this a first and the second part of the wallet will be shown, so you'll be able to identify your own wallet, but nobody else will be able to identify, nobody will have the whole wallet and see it. So we try to preserve privacy as much as possible. And yeah, this is how it's going to go. So you just log into app.3r.io and leave your email here, and there'll be 6 winners. The first 3 winners get 100 BUSD, and the last 3 will get $100 worth of scale tokens.
Yes, thank you, Sandi,
Yes.
for telling the rules. And now what you have to do, just in a short way, give us a short update about what is going on in 3R.
Yeah, let me. The development work is ongoing. I actually wanted to show you today a demo of our digital identities. The problem is I couldn't get my phone to share the screen on. I was really trying this for the last half hour. It was impossible to get it a screen share. But what I can do, I can show you actually, because it's a phone app. So it's not that you can run it on your browser; it will be on your phone. So this is it's a total demo. So it has a wallet implemented. So once you click start and accept, then you have your standard procedure. You can recover your wallet, or you can just generate a new wallet. Then you have those 12 mnemonic keys. And no worries, and no data will be stored here. So don't even bother trying to hack it. But let me just try and get this going, and because I'll need to remember them. Yeah, probably best like this. And let me get the wallet app, because now I need to input the words. So I just don't want to bore you with this one. But let's say in the middle, we'll show you. I'll do the wallet creation, and then we'll show in the middle of the show. We'll show how the credentials are actually scanned. And on the next AMA, I'll promise you I'll have the phone screen sharing on, and then we'll be able to show everything.
Okay, thank you, Sandi. Thank you.
Yeah.
And we're looking forward to that too.
So
And now I think it's time. I think it's really time to invite our special guest. I'm really looking forward to that, because today, as we announced it, co-founder and CEO of SKALE Labs, Jack O'Holleran, is with us. Jack, welcome. Hello.
Hello, I think you're muted, Jack.
All right. Hello. How's it going? Pleasure to be here.
We're really happy to have you here. Thank you for taking the time so that we can see you better. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Yeah, it's morning here in San Francisco, and I know it's evening over there. So I'm having my coffee. I'm getting the day started, and things are going well. Happy to be here.
Yeah,
Hi, everybody.
it's a little different on your side, because we're easily ending the day, not easily, but we are ending it. So yeah, you are just starting it. Jack, we have so many questions coming in, because people are really excited about having you here. So are we. But I will just start with this first question, that it's actually about you, because before we get to know the project and the companies, we really like to know the people standing behind it, and that's you, Jack. So maybe the first question I would really like to ask you, I know that you were talking about this a lot of times on interviews, but still you're here with us today. So how did you actually discover the world of crypto? I know you were an entrepreneur with this amazing idea, and then there are a lot of entrepreneurs. They have good ideas. Some come to life, some don't. What happened with your idea, and how did it start?
Yeah, so I got into blockchain in 2017. We started Scale at the end of 2017, but I'll kind of track backwards. So my career in Silicon Valley started in 2005. I actually started in cryptography and mobile security, a company called Good Technology that did mobile computing and had very advanced levels of cryptography certification, such as FIPS 140-2 certification, the White House, FBI, US Senate. Most of the Fortune 100 companies in the world use this product. Actually, my co-founder, Stan, coincidentally did our cryptography certification in 2005. So it was, we met then later in 2017, and just kind of the world's connected again. It was pretty nice. So I then started one of the world's leading machine learning and AI companies called, for the life science space, called Octana, specifically on the commercialization side, and worked with all the world's largest biotech, biopharmaceutical companies, large pharma companies around the world. And so I had this big background in enterprise software, doing software as a service. However, I think since 2011, I was incredibly fascinated with Bitcoin. I used to live in Palo Alto and had a big group of developer friends, and this was before I actually learned to be an engineer. Had the Bitcoin white paper sent to me, and didn't understand it in full, but had enough friends that did, that was able to talk about it and learn about it. And then when Ethereum launched, my brain was kind of blown. I realized that different types of companies could be created. You could create companies that weren't owned by centralized middlemen, that were owned by the users and the workers. And a lot of my ideas were on the application side, but I was being gated by the throughput of Ethereum. And I met Stan Kladko, who's my co-founder, our CTO, who's a world-renowned cryptographer, a world-renowned physicist. He was a Stanford researcher and had been working in cryptography since 1999. So Stan had these phenomenal ideas and vision of how to scale Ethereum, and that's really how we got into this. And and why we do this, though, is you look at 3Air. 3Air would not be possible if you look at the geography and the use case and the quantity of transactions. Doing $10, $100 gas fees would be inconceivable. The project wouldn't be able to get off the ground. Even dollar gas fees, which you see on other networks right now, would not work and function. And you take $1 in Sierra Leone per transaction, and it just blows the business model out of the water. So we built Scale to support projects like 3Air, and support projects all across Web3, to support projects building in gaming, metaverse, DeFi, etc. So that's a little of my background. I'm happy to be here and really excited about the product that 3Air is building.
Okay, you were talking about white paper. The white paper is an important thing because it has all the data on it, the information. And 3Air also had a really, really long white paper. Everything was written in. I don't know if you went through all of it, but like you said, you went through this white paper when you started your business. So yeah, it is something crucial, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, you have to have a plan, a transparent plan. I mean, building in blockchain and building in Web3 is all about not just behind closed doors drafting technical plans. It's showing the world what you're building and then executing on that, and then also making sure your code's open source, so community can track progress, users, developers, validators can go and actually look at the source code and evaluate the source code and get it audited. So yeah, a white paper is really a foundational component of this, I would say, blockchain open source ingredient list.
Okay, of course we know Scale. We heard about a lot about Scale, but let's just say in a couple of words, what is Scale, or how is it different from other networks? And what does it mean that it is a layer 2 solution for those who maybe do not know?
Yeah, and I would say Scale is a transformative technology, and I think to describe it purely as a layer 2 is not even a fair assessment. And also, I think a lot of people would say Scale is not a layer 2 because of all the properties it has. Scale has layer 2 connectivity to Ethereum in the sense that it is built on Ethereum, it's integrated with Ethereum. It has not just a bridge and an Ethereum connection, but it has interoperability with Ethereum. But on the other end, it actually has layer 1 security properties where consensus and finality can occur on the Scale network. You can mint tokens on the Scale network, and they can run there and live there. And so to say it's purely a layer 2 isn't fair, especially you look at block brawlers right now that's live. That the brawl token's live minted on Scale. You can leave that chain and in 10 seconds go to another chain on the Scale network and go to the Europa chain and be able to trade and swap that token. Now, the swapping component, the connection between those two chains is going live very soon. Both applications are live, and there are many applications live. But Scale is building a very comprehensive and actually very complicated ecosystem of blockchains. And there's a lot of work by many different companies and projects and groups to build the connections between that ecosystem.
Okay, thank you. So Jack, what is the latest development at Scale?
Yeah, the biggest development, which many of you have heard about, is Scale v2. So Scale v2 is live, and we call this the Scaleverse. And I'll try to give people a non-technical analogy of what this means. So most blockchains are just one database. It's one chain. And what that means is they have a restricted capacity. And so when you have anytime you have a restricted capacity or restricted supply, then you actually have to fees help gate who gets access. And you look at a lot of these, and some people call these monolithic databases or monolithic layer ones, and they can't grow anymore. Like look at Ethereum, look at other chains. Well, even as more nodes join, it doesn't add more throughput. And so the only way you can guarantee fast delivery times are by having increased prices. You have essentially this elastic price curve. So if you think about taking an Uber or a Lyft, a rideshare product, a Bolt, if it was always a fixed price, well, sometimes you might have to wait 30 minutes, but the price fluctuates because people that are willing to pay more get access earlier. Blockchains work the same way. Scale is very different. Scale doesn't have a fixed supply. As more nodes join, more chains can be created. And what we have is what I like to call linear scalability. Linear scalability just means the scaling's not fixed. As more nodes join or computers join the network, so does the ability for the network to process transactions. Okay, now, and so think about it as a traffic, all right? And let's pretend, monolithic layer ones or single blockchains are one lane in a highway. And imagine the big, let's say you're going through San Francisco, you're going up the 101, or pick the biggest interstate in whatever country you live in. During traffic time, everyone has to use that lane. What Scale has all of these pay lanes where cars can go hundreds of miles an hour. And as more concrete comes in, more roads can be built. And so you don't have a fixed amount of traffic lanes. Scale lets there just be instead of one lane, it lets there be this unlimited quantity of lanes. And so at its core, what we're doing is we're changing the way blockchains work by enabling a non-fixed supply. Now, this is a long answer, one last comment. Why does this matter at the end of the day? It matters because we can have a zero gas fee environment. There's zero gas fees for end users. Now, there's still a payment made, and it's made in Scale tokens. There's a whole economic built that we now are very close to issuing a full public. We had to simplify this crazy spreadsheet that took 18 months to build so people could understand it and use it for governance. And we're going to have a whole series talking about the economics. But at the end of the day, Scale has unlimited capacity and zero gas fees for end users. And that's really what sets it apart from whether it be layer twos or layer ones, which Scale has. The reality is we have the best of both worlds, which enables Scale to do the unique things that it does.
That's very impressive. And I see that also everyone that is watching is writing how impressive that is. I was actually watching your live video when you announced that V2 is going out, and you were really excited about it. So it is an important thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We, the core team and all of the open source contributors, validators, developer partners, technology ecosystem integration partners, everyone worked, literally around the clock. It was one of these pushes where the last 4 months, I've been getting up at 5 a.m. and going to sleep at midnight, and everybody else was doing the same thing. So we were pretty excited when it launched. And, hey, the way I describe it, Scale is, we launched, unfortunately, a year behind the monolithic layer ones, but we're a year ahead of the modular layer ones. If you go look online, there's all these new projects that are getting funded that have linear scalability and modular blockchains and parallel processing of chains. And Scale has that today.
Wow, wow. We have a lot of questions also from our audience, from members of our communities. We will go to them in a second, in a minute. I would still have a question for you. How many projects are now live already at Scale?
Yeah, so the one Scale V2 went live about I think it was like a month and a half ago, and the roughly 10 or so projects that were on V1, because one of the issues we had is switching from V1 to V2 was not possible. And so it takes actually like a porting over, and so a lot of our partners that were going live on V1 decided to wait for V2. We now have about 40 projects in the process of literally going live right now. Many of them have already been live or gone live or been announced. There's over 200 projects that are in some phase of building and testing, and now working with our team and running test nets and going through the process. So today, I would guide everyone, if you want to go use V2, go to ruby.exchange, and you can actually trade and use V2 in a live environment. It's very inexpensive to bridge from the mainnet over to Scale. It takes less than a half a minute in most cases, depending on your internet connectivity and Ethereum gas times. And you can also go to Block Brawlers, which is live. And so on V2, now all of the other V1 chains or products are coming over. There are actually 28 chains, 28 blockchains live on Scale V2. Now, all of the applications are moving over from V1, and the other ones are going live. And there's a lot of integrations happening too. There's fiat on-ramps, there's different ecosystem tools, the graph, and different Oracle solutions are plugging in. So there's just a ton of work in the plumbing. And I can talk a little bit about gaming, but there's some huge games that are coming over from other chains, and other ones launching live that'll be going live very, very soon. And this is really like a phenomenal place for gaming because there's zero fees.
Yeah, we'll be talking about zero fees because there's a question coming up from someone, and also about games and NFTs. But just 3Air. So 3Air is a project that it's not really live yet on Scale, but I would really like to hear about 3Air's integration on Scale, and what is planned, a little progress update maybe.
Yeah, and one thing I'd say is I mentioned these like 200 partners that we're working with, that are building, that are integrating, and 3Air is one of those. And Sandi's here, and Sandi can give the details, but we are incredibly excited about bringing zero gas fees to the 3Air community. And it's also for us, it was really exciting to see an actual like major telco carrier see the value of Web3 and have that, integration and business alignment with the 3Air community. So Sandi, would love to hear your thoughts on our, the rollout timeline and integration and all that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So I need to say from our side, everything was done really, really fast. So that was nice to see. We got our test chain, spun up really in a really short window of time. So on our side, the development is right now focusing on Africa. And as you said, you were talking about the zero gas fees in Africa. It's really, one. I would say that was probably the most important thing. Beside all the having a normal level of security and speed, really the zero gas fees are a game changer for people in Africa. Every cent there is really important. So currently we are on in Ethiopia and DRC, and we do need our infrastructure there. So in the background, we're already also developing all the hardware that we need, and so our software needs to go live when we connect the first clients. Before that, it doesn't make sense to have an app that doesn't have a product behind it, right? So launching an app without being to connect people to the internet. It doesn't make sense. What we will do, and we are in process of deploying this, is a NFT marketplace that's focused on supporting artists from Africa. So this will be for sure live in the next month. Probably by the mid of next month, we'll have live the NFT marketplace, and then with time we'll be adding, you know, additional features to the app. So the NFT marketplace, it's not there to support NFT. Have a utility will actually be to connect people to the internet. So you'll hold an NFT and this it to our digital identities that I actually wanted to. Yeah, maybe now it's the time just to have the right phone. This is actually a test app that we have. So I can actually go and so 3R will be, I really can't show you this like in the best way, but so this is how a verifiable claim looks like, and that's already working on our test net. So how it works is that a credential issuer will just, you know, that at first this will be 3R. So a client will come into our offices. He'll be able to, you know, we'll be able to identify him there, and then we'll also issue to him a verifiable claim that he then stores in his digital identity, and it's just going to be by scanning a QR code. And then once you have this is going to be stored on your device, and it will be connected to the blockchain. You know, on SKALE chain, we'll build a special. There'll be a how you call that. A connection that's going to connect the verifier to your data that's stored on your phone, actually. And this is what's you won't be able to change it yourself, but you can actually control who you're giving to. So this is how the verifiable claims and digital identities will work. And they'll also be connected. They'll be able to actually read your NFT. So they'll know what NFT you hold, and this will also then give us the ability to connect you to the right internet. So there the identities are there to identify you, and you know and then on the NFT you'll actually have your internet monthly subscription stored. So this is how it, in theory, it'll work. The digital identities are here already. So we are running this just test on you know, like really in our own testing environment in Sierra Leone. So from then on, where we are implementing it is DRC in Ethiopia, and that's going to come. You know, the full integration is scheduled for looks like Q1 of 2023. So just around half a year.
Okay, thank you. You had a little problem, I have to tell you, with your connection, but we did understand you and we did hear you. But I also see that our participants said that they had some problems with the connection, but I think we're all good now. So that you know, okay? Okay. There are a lot of questions coming in, not only before this AMA, because we invited our people, of course, to ask questions, but also now, all the time, there are so many questions. So let's just check a couple of questions that were sent to us. Now, the first one is from Rocket, and it says, you mentioned, of course, Jack, for you, you mentioned that SKALE has 0 gas fees. So can you explain how SKALE network can do this? Also, what could be the advantages of this feature?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'll give a quick answer to this. So if you think about, again, most blockchains are a fixed capacity of compute power. They're one single blockchain. Scale has the ability to make many, many, many blockchains. And so what that means is the Scale network can divide the throughput or the network resources up by application or groups of application. And so when you have that type of model, you can actually introduce new economic models. And so what Scale does is Scale lets, like 3R, for example, get Scale tokens and pay in advance, and pay an entire year in advance for that compute power. Now, they still pay for the gas fees, but the gas fees effectively are paid by a chain renter in advance. And so anytime you buy compute power in advance, it is like 20 to 50 times less expensive than buying it real time, number one. Number two, anytime you have a non-fixed supply, but an elastic supply, resources are dramatically less expensive too. And so Scale lets companies, projects, DAOs, groups pay rather than end users. And two, because of the elastic supply and prepayment model, just in general, it costs less. So those things combined, also there's an economic elastic supply curve for chain pricing that makes sure that the supply and demand of chains always is in synchronicity, that there's a supply to demand harmony. Those components together let there be zero gas fees and still have economic viability across the network. And that's the thing. If there are no gas fees, then eventually this thing would die, because even decentralized efforts have to be economically viable. They can't live forever on subsidies. And so the series we're launching soon to go over economics and all the community tools will go into that for those that really want to go deep. But at the end of the day, the payment still happens, but it's less and in advance by a different party.
Thank you. Next question is from Cindy. What is the core solution that Scale brings to users today? How does Scale Network operate to optimize scalability and improve user experience?
Yeah, that's a really great question. One of the main, so I have a lot of descriptions for Scale. One thing I like to talk about is I like to talk about Scale as a user experience focused blockchain. It's a blockchain that's all about user experience. And so if you remember one thing today, it's zero gas fees and speed. Scale is so fast. Users don't want to wait around for transactions. They don't want to pay, it's like you can go to another blockchain network and you can pay $100 or $10 or $1 and wait 5 minutes or 10 minutes for the block to finalize, and someone might front run you, or you can have an instant finality for free on Scale. And that's what Scale provides. And it's all, thanks to a lot of really deep technology and phenomenal validators and all of the people out there staking in the network. There's a lot of people to thank for that. But that's what I would tell people is it's those things. It all boils down to user experience. If the user experience is not good, we will never have millions of daily active users, or let alone hundreds of millions of daily active users on blockchain products.
That's true. Next question, focusing on game fee and NFTs development on blockchain, that has become a current trend. So do you have any plans to collaborate with game developers or NFT platforms? And is Scale database system sufficient to meet the needs of game development or NFTs? That's from Fifi.
Yeah, so that's another thing I want to call it is NFTs. There's actually zero cost to mint an NFT on Scale, and zero cost to trade it and move it. And imagine if you're a game developer and you want to have a lot of blockchain computing. Another piece is just zero gas fees, but Scale also doesn't limit the block size because you're not sharing it with all these other users. So there's almost double the block size, which means it's like, you think about how much gas or how much, energy can go into a transaction. Well, there's a lot that can happen in each one in Scale. And so this is why in the last couple of weeks you've seen Snook, which is top 5 ranked game on Polygon right now, coming over to Scale. Crypto Coliseum, which for a very long period of time was always in the top 10 or 20 on Polygon, and then made a decision a long time ago, or fairly long ago, to shift all the efforts towards a new game, a reinvented game called Larva Majorum. That is it's a fighter game with mass, and there's this incredible lore. But that's a top blockchain team that's now, again, leaving Polygon, coming to Scale, and forever top 10, 20 until they shifted efforts off that game. We also have crypto blades and prospectors coming over from Wax that are have many, very frequently been in the top threshold in the Wax ecosystem. So these games, Block Brawlers just went live. People can play that, but there are so many games that are coming to Scale and going live on Scale. And I talk about the 200, and gaming is a phenomenal area to really, it's not a gaming only network, but gaming is going to just pave the way for this ecosystem for other people to come in. And so we're really pumped about gaming.
Yeah, I really like the blockchain idea of owning your own gameplay and all the resources you're using it. I'm also part of a few of those gaming communities and so on, and it's just amazing. And I've been thinking a lot in what we could do with 3R and gaming, and there are so many people in Africa that right now they just don't have the internet connection. And for sure our biggest advantage is that we can give them that internet connection, because our technology is capable of connecting millions of people in Africa, and we can do it pretty fast and pretty efficiently, because we do everything over air with our own technology. And there'll be a lot of new people joining into crypto directly. And as we also seen in the past with some of the big crypto games, they tend to have the biggest communities in developing countries, because it makes sense, right? If you can make a extra $50 or $100 per month with playing a game, it's a game changer in these places. It would make a lot of difference for you and me getting $50 additionally per month. But then it's actually life changing. So there is a lot of thinking going on how we can get the people that we're connecting, educating them about the blockchain possibilities, and just getting them on board also with some additional revenue streams that will for sure come partially from gaming also.
Yeah, so Sandi, that's something I think we should take a little time to talk about. It's 3R opens up play to earn gaming on Scale in a transformational way. Right now, I'm looking at blockbrawlers.com. In the play to earn, you can win anywhere from 3 to 30 brawl, and so and I believe the token is it's going liquid, but it's starting at about 15 cents. So you could win $4 in a match if you win. Now it's a game of skill, so it's going to take some effort to build up, and time to build up the right characters and learn the strategy of the game. But I've been watching this pretty closely. There's not a huge, there's not tens of thousands of people playing. There's more thousands playing, but it is in and huge amounts of players are playing because they know this. Now imagine if you're in Sierra Leone, you're in a place that doesn't have fiber internet or dial-up internet, and you're able to get that microwave, that direct shot from 3R, and get high-speed internet at your home and play zero gas-free play-to-earn gaming. It opens up an entirely new play-to-earn gaming field. And again, this is not just the economics are sound here. You have to win. So if you want to win even more, you have to put brawl tokens in, to play in the arena. But you can literally just play to earn, and it's a piece of this whole gaming ecosystem. And there's many, many other play to earn partners coming. So anyways, I'm pumped about, getting these games out through the 3R community and users in all the developing countries that you're supporting.
Excellent. That's the thing that we are also thinking about. So internet is empowering, and although we are speaking about games right now, in the end, if it makes you your daily bread, why not, right? It is empowering in that sense, for sure.
And you saw that happen, especially in the Philippines, Vietnam, Indonesia. There's a lot of people playing Axie and other P2E games. Now, some of these games did not have viable economics, and it was a kind of race to the bottom with the bear market. And so the games, a lot of the games we are partnering with have a different approach to economics, a different approach to bootstrapping. And at the end of the day, these are all liquid market tokens when it comes to play-to-earn gaming. But you see a lot of parts of the world where play-to-earn gaming really took off, and it's obviously not taking off in areas where people don't have internet access. So, and it opens up a new economic model into different parts of the world.
Yeah.
Great ideas coming together. That's just great. Okay, Jax, are you up for another question?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's keep it going.
So Beth or Shin is asking this question. How important is the community to you? And how can we collaborate or help you for the development of the project?
Yeah, well, if there are any Scalians out there, hello. I love the Scalians. I'm a Scalian. So Scalians are the name the Scale community has given themselves for the people who are, out there on Twitter and in the Telegram groups and that know about Scale, promoting Scale. So if you think community is absolutely critical to blockchain success or Web3 success, because these are community owned properties. Okay. And so I'm also excited for us to launch on-chain voting in the near future and give even more power to the community. I'm excited about a lot of the, just the other things we're going to do to empower community with the economic model, more staking partners that will have a kind of off-chain, lower period of lockup staking, just to give more and more power back to the community. So anyways, at the end of the day, community is, the most important thing in crypto. In addition, I would say community, technology, and execution. Those and without community, it's so funny. You go talk to the top, analysts and VCs and liquid portfolio managers of crypto. What are they trying to figure out? They're trying to figure out what the communities are doing, right? They also are trying to figure out the tech stack and who has these product market fit advantages and traction, but they're also saying, where's the community going? Because the community brings awareness, the community brings users, the community brings execution, and not just to the project, but to the applications in around the project. So I'm excited about the 3R community also joining and being part of SKALE as we go live, and also the SKALE community supporting 3R as our product integration goes live.
Yes, Sandi, we also agree how important the community is, right? And we have a great community here.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, here's another question from Thomas. We did talk a little bit about that, but still, it says, every project has an interesting story before it is created. What motivates you to build and develop this project?
Yeah, so I think, so I've been an entrepreneur for a while. I started my first company in 2008, and I was at a fairly early stage startup before starting in 2005. So I've kind of seen a lot of startup stories. I've also coached and advised many teams and invested in many teams. And SKALE came together, and what I would say is one of the absolute best ways as an entrepreneur to build a company, because it wasn't intentional. We didn't wake up one day and say, we will build SKALE because of this. What happened is I wanted to build an app. I had 4 different application ideas I was noodling on and thinking about. Stan, Konstantin Kladko, my co-founder, or Stan, had 4 different ideas that he was working on. All of these were application ideas. And we kept running into the same wall of gas fees and execution times. We're like, Ethereum can't scale. This is when CryptoKitties was crashing the Ethereum network. And so Stan, being the technical visionary he is, and my brain and around just being able to do product market fit and technology strategy, we realized that instead of just solving our own problem, that we could be this component that solved the problem for other people building applications. So our problem guided us, and also guided us to our strengths. We each know how to build technology infrastructure and middleware and deep tech components, through our careers. So it actually was even a greater strength than us building an application. If we were purely building an application, we would have been on new footing and new terrain. So it was kind of a nice story of from an entrepreneur perspective, because we had the problem ourselves, and so we knew other people would have that same problem.
Okay, let's do one more before we maybe then go to the winners, to the giveaways, because this is I think such a great question for conclusion. Maybe it says a good project always has competition and duplication of ideas. What is the long-term vision of Scale in the blockchain market to keep up with the trends, with technology, community, and related issues? Alexander is asking this question.
Yeah. So so it's I guess can you repeat the last half of that? Sorry, it was a long question.
So what is the long-term vision of Scale in the blockchain market to keep up with the trends, with technology, community, and related issues?
Yeah, so I would just again go back to, the world is moving to modular blockchains or linear scaling in terms of blockchain throughput. Okay, we will not live in a world of one blockchain. We'll live in a world of many blockchains, and Scale is a year ahead of anybody else who has a multi-chain network. Multi-chain doesn't just mean all these disparate, poorly connected ecosystems. Scale is many chains that are tightly together in one group that all share security together. And so the piece I get most excited about is we have now where the future is going. Now, our challenge has been, we have been builders, right? We haven't been out there. A lot of people have focused way more on pumping a token. We're like the geeks that have, 80% of our company, 90% of our company are engineers. Okay. So the piece where we're moving forward is we need to learn, and we are learning, and we're getting far better at this, but we're learning about the growth and awareness marketing component, and excited how that's coming together. But the most important thing is you need to have that core, that tech core, and Scale as a community and as a project has that.
Yeah. Sandi, I'm just looking what everybody is writing. So we have not enough time for all the questions that are coming up today. So yeah, maybe we should do it another time also, second part. What do you say, Jack?
Yeah. That'd be great. Let's do it again in a month, and also excited to see the integration start coming together and the EVM component. And I know 3R is building a highly complicated project and technical execution, so it's gonna take a while, but excited to see that come together and bring gasless transaction to your community. And I see a lot of really phenomenal questions that are popping up, and I mean, it'd be interesting, to come get on the 3R Telegram and 3R Twitter and post these. We'll try to answer what we can. Get on the Scale Telegram, Scale Twitter, post these, and we'll try to answer what we haven't been able to answer today. But I think it'd be a great idea to do this all again at some point. Okay,
because there are really a lot of questions. I just have one more. It concerns you, Jack, maybe that. How do you take time for yourself? Or let's say, what does make you happy besides business?
Yeah, I mean, so I have to say, I've got kids. That takes up a lot of time. It's got 3 kids under 5. So, and I'm, and clearly working a lot. So that's my life.
Yeah.
And it's good. I mean, I feel like I'm somebody that likes to have a lot going on, and it's, but I also feel like even though I'm working incredible hours, I never feel like I'm working, because I'm, I feel honored to have a position to be able to just move the ball forward in Web3. This is a transformational time for society, and every day I go to work, it's intellectually stimulating, and I believe in what we're doing. I believe in the mission. So
yeah, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Sometimes it's strange explaining this to other people, but we actually enjoy working, right? It's like that's almost it's not even about the money anymore. It's about building something and achieving some goals, and this is what then gets you kind of the satisfaction, the happiness. It's actually fun to go to work most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, and it's I'm sure there's stress and there's timelines, and you've got these full communities there that are relying on you and to deliver every day, and relying on obviously everybody working in the project to deliver. But it's all just you get up every day and you have a very clear purpose, and it's fun. And I think anybody thinking of working in Web3, I highly recommend it, because it's a very rare thing to be able to like do something fun and intellectually stimulating, do something that's good for the world, and do something that is economically viable for lots of people. And so yeah, it's got this interesting Venn diagram of overlap in terms of career, and I just feel like, and it's still very early, and the best time to start working in crypto and Web3 is in the bear market.
We have so many great comments here, Jack. We will look them later. Also, the questions that remained here, and there will be an opportunity to answer them. I would really like to thank you for taking your time, precious time, to be with us, and of course for answering all of those questions. Hoping that we will continue this at another time. And Sandi, if you like to add something.
Sandi, let's bring play to earn gaming to Africa. Okay, to low internet access areas in Africa. Gas-free play to earn gaming.
That's it. So we've been talking about that already. Not us, Jack, but with our community and everything. And for sure, this is gonna be really huge in Africa. There's so many people there that would love to do it. Just they don't have right now. They don't have the ability to do it really. So. This is going to be a game changer, and we already are talking with some game guilds that are being kind of established there. But let's just see how we can literally make the project that are launching on Scale work together, and just we can drive a lot of users because we'll be taking the users that are unconnected, connecting them to the internet, and putting them on the Scale chain. And we can all just be there is no problem in sharing the users, right? It's not taking any value away from anyone. It's just giving everyone additional value. That's it, and we should share that. That's for sure.
Awesome. Excited for the next steps.
Yeah.
And we'll have to do a repeat of this.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for this great AMA. Thank you, Jack. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, Sandi, that was so great. That was amazing time. Now we have to do something else before we end this AMA.
Yeah. So we need to give away some tokens, right? So there's still time for if anyone still didn't go to app.3r.io, you can go there and still sign up. We'll give you a minute or two still. I think I said I'll give a bit of a short update on the market, what's happening in the last week and so on. And it's just been the standard. We've seen a bit of green days, and now today and yesterday again some red days. Nothing really bullish on the horizon at this point in time. What I liked is actually Gary Gensler was talking on TV, and he was again stating that Bitcoin is a commodity. So it doesn't fall under the SEC. Well, hopefully some of the other cryptos will also follow, but it's good for the whole crypto, space. But he also said some let's say negative things about it, that it's really volatile, and those things. Well, Harmony chain got hacked. I think it was around $100 million hack, and it's being investigated. I think that the hacker got an offer to give the 100 million back, and they'll give him a million of a reward. So
Oh,
yeah, you would do it, right? So there was still some more FUD regarding Three Arrows Capital. So Three Arrows Capital, it looks like they're really gone. The biggest VC company in the crypto space went down. They're illiquid. I don't even think that they can find the owners right now, the founders, and they made some bad calls, and it started with Luna teardown. So we're paying a lot of price right now for that. And the fear and greed index went a bit up because we had some green days, I think. Then Voyager exchange was limiting withdrawals. They also were heavily invested with the Three Arrows Capital, but FTX came and gave them a big loan. I think they gave them a 250 million loan or something like that. But anything else is really not so great at this moment in time. We are in a recession. Everybody's now starting to talk about that there might be a recession, but I do believe that the recession is there. What I do think is that we might see the inflation coming down pretty soon. There's been so many things have been right now. The production has been ramped up in the last few months when we had the big expansion, and now this is gonna come onto the market, I think, and now we don't have the demand anymore. So I do think that the prices will come crashing down quite significantly in the next few months, and then maybe we'll see some more better stance in regards to the whole economy, that the markets will start picking up again. So still waiting to see what's going to happen in the next few months, and when we can launch our token. So
okay.
That's just a quick market update. Nothing really special going on right now. So we are not seeing the turnaround yet.
Thank you, Sandi, for this update.
Okay.
Now, are we ready to? Let's just remind you all what we will be doing in the next couple of seconds. So we will do a random selection of the winners. We are having a giveaway, 3 times 100 BUSD from 3Air and 3 times 100 USD from SKALE, from Node Anstalt. So we have 6, Sandi, we have 6 prizes. For all of you who were with us and did what you had to do, Sandi did talk about it at the beginning. So I do hope that you did enter this giveaway, and now you will have, of course, the opportunity to be among the chosen ones. Are we so far, Sandi?
I think we are. Let's see how this works. I literally didn't test it. We wanted to do something that we don't need to pick out directly from the YouTube chat, because it's really hard to verify anyone there. So it's also not really randomized. It's as random as we are then. So this one is totally randomized, and it should, with click, should pick one wallet. I do hope it works. So let's see.
Let's give it a try.
Okay, so I think we should have the first winner. Let's see. Yes, we do have. So the first winner, this is the start and end of the wallet. I'm pretty sure the winner will recognize it. So let's pick the second winner for the second 100 BUSD. And do we have, yeah, so that's the second
The
winner.
second, yeah.
By the way, you still have the time to enter. And until we pick the sixth one, you still have the time to enter. And
Go ahead.
there are almost 100 people in the giveaway right now. So let's go and pick the third one. So
Okay, who is this third one?
okay, so this is for the 100 USD, and now for the 100 $100 worth of scale tokens.
Yes.
Okay, so and now we got two more, and you just have maybe 5 seconds left to enter.
Last
And
5 seconds.
one.
And the last one.
And that's it.
Oh, wow. That was exciting.
Congratulations to all the winners. Yeah, we'll contact you through the email that you put in, and yeah, we'll arrange everything, and you'll get your tokens to the wallets that you registered with.
Yes. Congratulations. And once again, thank you for being with us. Thank you for being a part of this AMA through all the week when you were asking and sending questions. It was a great attribution. I'm really happy for that. And thank you for all the comments, all the questions that are coming in today. You're really a great community, and we are happy to have you here. So stay with us, stay around on our channels, do join us on YouTube, on our AMAs every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Central European Time. Subscribe to YouTube channel. Follow us on our social networks. We really appreciate your part. Thank you. Thank you, Sandi, for being a great guest again. And of course, thanks, Jack, again for being with us today. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a really nice one this time. So I hope to see you in Maribor soon.
Yeah, you never know when I'll show up. Give me some break. I'm just joking. I'm joking. Of course, I'll be coming back very soon. I'll be back for the next AMA for sure. Okay.
No.
Thanks, all of you. Have a great day. Bye.